What's going on, guys? Danny here from Metal Couch, and 12 Days of Christmas for 2014 continues with Day 3, and today we'll be having a look at a death metal full-length from the band Vasaeleth entitled Crypt and Tethered to Ruin. Now, honestly, when I was getting involved with this album, it was stuck inside the old Metal March folder. I thought I was going to be getting into some doom metal just by the sound of the title. I mean, Cryptborn and Tethered to Ruin sounds a little doomy, but was pleasantly surprised to find out that this was a death metal outing. And this album wastes no time getting right into it. Opening up with Wrathful Deities, it immediately starts. A stark contrast to what I reviewed yesterday with Deathspell Omega, which had this nice instrumental track to set the tone. This one's just like, nope, here you go, we're starting right now, and by the way, you're the passenger, not the driver, and we're going where I want to go. I liked how this album started. It was, like I said earlier, it took me by surprise that this was a death metal full length, and it was just a really, really awesome way to start something. Completely took me off guard. Awesome. Going into the production, it's a very standard death metal outing. You're going to find your stuff that you would find in death metal here. Production, I have no qualms with it. I was even pleasantly surprised to even find some keyboards in the middle of the album. For example, when you get to Spirit of Noxious Miasmas, you start to get into, in fact, I believe it even opens up with a nice keyboard section, and there are a few parts scattered here and there throughout this full length. I can't really say too much about this. It doesn't necessarily break any new ground. At the same time, it was pleasant enough to listen to, and with a runtime of just over 30 minutes, this is a very quick album, hence why this review is going pretty quick. There's not much to talk about here. If you like death metal, you're going to like this. If you don't like death metal, I highly doubt it's going to change your mind. And this averages out at about a 77% on Metal Archives, and frankly, I have to agree with them. It breaks no ground, but it was pleasant to listen to. It's not necessarily something that I would put into rotation, and God, I really wish that this review was a little bit longer, but there's just really not much to talk about here. Compared to some other death metal groups, I guess one small qualm I can have is that sometimes when I listen to death metal, I can actually understand the lyrics even through, like, the common person can't necessarily comprehend through growls and screams and things like that. This one was actually a little bit difficult for me, and frankly, I like a bit of a challenge. So, one awesome piece, which you probably saw at the beginning of the video over my shoulder, was the cover art for this. I think that the cover art for this looks amazing. Probably some of the best that I've seen so far with the lineup for 12 Days of Christmas. So really pleased with this full length, and honestly I would like to hear some more from this group, but I do believe, and let me just double check here I'm like, yeah, this is the only full length that they have put out. So I would like to see more. I mean, there's a few splits and even an EP in 2013, but I'd really like another full length from these guys. They did a very good job with this. Highly recommend picking this up if you can, downloading. Just give these guys money. They deserve it. Again, doesn't break any new ground, but an awesome listen nonetheless. An enjoyable experience. As I said before, it averages out at about a 77 on Metal Archives. I'm going to be a little bit more generous. I would give it around an 8 out of 10. This is a very solid release, and I'm thinking about putting it into rotation in my music library. So, 8 out of 10 for me. Danny here from Metal Couch, signing out.